Hey, what's up guys? Alex here. I just had this thought of a funny story that I had of having an imaginary friend in high school and college. So I wanted to share this story, but first we're gonna check the mail because I got a very special delivery today. No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by. My neighborhood is still mostly under construction. So some are built, some are not. Like that house right there wasn't there a few weeks ago. This is a Coding Christmas sweater that they sent me. The guy's in the description. Look at that. He's making a table, he's sorting it twice. Select all from contacts where behavior is nice. Wow, this is actually super comfortable. But like, I'm actually very impressed. You can get these actually for 10% off with code ALEX10, the link in the description. And their whole site is actually 10% off with my coupon code. I was always a really shy kid. Like, I didn't have any real confidence. So I spent a lot of time thinking about who I am, how I should act, and a lot of time listening to music. I would edit montages of video games with my friends. We'd get what we call clips in Call of Duty, or basically highlights, and then we'd record it and cut it and edit it to music. So I spent a lot of my early years creating, being alone in my thoughts, and mixing moments with music. And in high school, that's the first time where my imaginary friend, I'll just call it my imaginary friend, because it basically showed up in my head. My imaginary friend is this little green ball about that big, and it just kind of flies everywhere, mostly when I'm listening to music. Obviously it's not real. It's just like a little vision, a vision that happens when I'm like listening to music, walking around. Like, I would see this little ball just in my mind, like whoosh whoosh, going around, hitting things to the music, going really high, smashing down into the ground and turning the entire ground green. Or like looping around that pole right there and shooting back into my hand. And sometimes it would even go up into the sky and write 3D letters and then whoosh around and come right back to my hand. Kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender, waterbender-y kind of style. And I think that's just kind of like some part of my creativity that's manifesting itself in some sort of weird imaginary way. Now, I know if you tell anyone you have an imaginary friend, they would obviously like think, what is wrong with you? But this little green ball, it didn't have a name. It had no face, just a little green, kind of glowy green ball. And I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but if you ever have like creative, artsy, imaginary visions, I'm sure everyone does, because everyone has some sort of artistic nature, at least a little bit, I feel like. But this is something I've never heard anyone talk about. So I'm thinking maybe we can talk about it now, because it's important to discover your mind and your imagination, no matter how weird it might sound to other people. It showed up in high school, and I've had it come back in college, and even now, just this little green ball, just wishing around as if it were in one of my video game music edits that I did. But on a side note, I've been feeling really antsy lately. I don't know if it's like being inside so much, probably is, but I feel like I want to just express myself so much more on this channel where Java tutorials aren't. And they help so many people, and I love it that the channel's focused right now. But I want to do something different. For example, I've started getting into so many different things to help the channel and other personal things. So I started looking into creating like a personal brand and creating t-shirts, but like real quality shirts that I would actually wear with my message, my personal brand behind it, trying to spread what I believe in to you guys. One exercise that people do is 20 words, 20 questions, 20 answers, where you write down 20 words of what you want your brand to be about. And let me read you the 20 words that I came up with. So I want my personal brand right now, these could change, to be ice cream, be yourself, water, Bruce Lee, SpongeBob, Pokemon, twice, Mazda Miata, Slow-Mo / Flow, Montage, Skate, Meditation, Balance, Closer by the Chainsmokers, Dolphin, Sunrise, Perseverance, Puns, 1 Million Dance Studio. So these are kind of words that I feel like embrace where my head is at the current moment and what I would want my ideal personal brand to be about right now. Let me know, are you getting into personal branding at all? I know that that's huge in so many different careers. And also let me know if you're related to any of this imaginary friend sort of creative imagination stuff that I talked about, or being shy growing up. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Obviously, I will get some sleep because it is really late. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.